Yo, what up YouTube? Today I'm gonna go ahead and walk you guys through me making an enemy. This is literally just gonna be a video just dedicated to just showing you guys how I make an enemy in full detail. So if you guys want to go ahead and do this yourselves, just simply watch this video. You guys don't have to copy exactly what I'm doing, but it's just gonna be there so that way you guys can understand the process. Now, I also noticed in one of my videos that there was like a little black corner on the top right of the screen, and I didn't know what the heck that was from, and I just realized today that's like my PlayStation camera that automatically just records whenever I make these voiceovers. But guys, without further ado, let's get into the video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because I'm gonna be posting videos like this all the time. So over here we actually have a spawner. Now I have these out here separately just so that way I can actually make this enemy work. You guys aren't really gonna need this unless you want to make a barrier for your enemies that they can't cross. So I'm making a barrier for my enemies. This first barrier is literally a zone that is this big. I just chose how big I wanted it. This is the zone within where the enemy's gonna roam around and walk while you're near the area. So this second zone right here is the furthest amount he can chase you, so he can chase me up to here, and after he chases me up to there, he'll despawn. And then we have the DK zone. This one I have it set up to the same, but this one's literally just gonna be inside of level. You're gonna make it really big. You're gonna make it how far you want for this enemy to actually spawn in. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make his movement. Which we'll go ahead and label movement. I'll go like that. So what I want to do is whenever the enemy is within a certain zone, which is going to be this zone right here, DK's enemy. So that means we got to label this tag DK's enemy. Just make sure that it's the same. No, yeah, that E is different. There you go. Okay, so I'm actually gonna move this over here. We're gonna use that for something else. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this with a switch, so we could just turn it off and on whenever we need to. And then I'm gonna use a exclusive gate, and what we're gonna call this is action, and we're gonna call it blade crack. And now what this is basically going to do, it's just going to make it so that certain actions can't happen at the same time. So we'll go ahead and place one of these. I'm going to make it so that this gets turned on whenever this is working, but then whenever it's not, it's going to turn off, meaning he's not going to be able to walk around. I'm then going to get a randomizer, and we're simply going to make it so that it randomizes all these ports. I'm going to make 4 ports, and that's simply just so that it randomizes a little bit better. Sometimes it'll land on just stand still twice, and then you'll get like a longer still time. Sometimes he'll walk for longer, you know, just depends. And then we'll simply make it rotate around. So we can make it so that every 3 seconds he does a different action, and then boom, he stops, he does something else. And we could even lower that to like 2.5 just to make it just a tad bit faster. Okay. And then that's simply going to randomize the ports, put it in the randomizer here. And as you can see, it's randomizing ports now. Now what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and choose these two ports, put them there. And then choose these two ports and put them there. And this one's going to be his standstill, this one's going to be his walk around. So now what I would do is I would simply tell him to walk around at this point. So we're actually going to go in here real quick. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually play certain animations. So we have 6 animations here. I'm just going to do 6 of these. I'm pretty sure we're not going to use all 6 animations with the system here. I think the attack animations are just going to go in the attack chip. But these animations right here, we're just gonna put 6 of them just so that way if I do decide to change up on it, I can just change up. So we have his idle. This is his got hit. I should have put that way. I don't confuse it with like an attack. Got hit, there you go. So this is gonna be his walking animation. We'll go ahead and label that. Or actually, wait, hold up. I think this one I want to do for walking. And that's simply going to make his walking animation. And then we're going to make like a little still animation for him. And remove this. We do not want that there. So now we just got to fix out this animation. So we can slow that down as much as we like. Yeah, I like that. Let's do 50, just so that way it's a bit of an even number there. And then we'll simply select both of those, call it idle. And now he's got a little standstill animation, which is what we want. We'll go ahead and connect that there. We'll go ahead and reset that so that turns off. And now we're going to call this idle. Or actually, before we do that, we're going to place this down. We're going to turn on idle. And then over here, we're going to turn on walking. This one's going to delete that, and it's going to turn on the walk. And then we'll call this idle. And then we'll call this one walking. Walk. I'm just gonna call it. So idle and walk. Now what we're gonna do for the walk is we're simply gonna make it so that he moves forward. So I'm just gonna go like this. I don't know where's his straight position. His blades look like they're twisted. I guess it's over here. And then we're just gonna turn up the speed all the way. I'm gonna make it so that the y-axis is not affected. And then we're gonna give him a speed of 4, and we're just gonna see how that works. So there you go. Now he stops, he walks, he stops, he walks. Now we just want to go ahead and add a turn animation. Or not a turn animation, what am I talking about? Just a turn. So now we'll simply grab another microchip that only activates if this is on. And it's simply going to tell him to turn. So I'm gonna call that turn. We're gonna label it red. Like that. And now this is all just gonna take care of him turning and not turning. So we'll go into the selector right here. We'll get a randomizer, same exact thing. Timer and a randomizer. We'll get the selector. We'll do 4 options. Because sometimes we want him to turn left, sometimes we want him to turn right. And then for 2 of them, I'm just going to make it so that he stands still. So we'll call this not turning. And that doesn't even need to go into a port. I mean, I am gonna put in a port though, just so that way he doesn't like flip around or anything weird. So we'll put it into this port right here. Actually, we'll put it into this port over here. Nah, matter of fact, yeah, let's just do another one, just so that we don't run into no issues. And then we're gonna go in here, we're gonna lower all of these to 0. We're gonna turn off the y-axis. We're gonna turn on these. And that's simply gonna take care of him not turning. So I believe this makes him turn left, so we can turn down. I think we just want the y-axis actually. What am I doing? I think that's when I had the wrong one. Yeah, turn these ones down and then turn up the y-axis. It's the main thing we want to be affected. Turn up the strength. That's good. And then for the Z and the X, we'll simply turn that down. We're also going to turn down this one, but we're going to end up recording it anyways. I just want to see, like, how is he going to turn? So this one turns him left. This one turns him left, and then if I make it that way, this one's going to turn him right. Okay. Okay, so we're going to place a keyframe down, and we're going to make it so that he turns left about 50. Now let's just see what that looks like. Maybe that might be too much. No, that seems pretty good. I'll rock that. So this one will turn him left 50. And then we'll make one that turns him right 50. And then this one will turn him right 50. So he's walking over there, which is not good. So that means we got to make this local. That way he walks the way he's supposed to. Let me just make sure that's straight. Yeah, it's straight. So as you can see, now he's turning left and right. I mean, is this local? Like, I mean, it kind of doesn't matter as long as he just turns. So he's not gonna work just yet with like the barriers, so he's gonna fall off if I just let him keep going. But now we have a basic movement for our character where he's just walking around and doing his thing. So the movement is now done for your character. If you copied that, we could probably do a few things later on if we want to, but I'm not gonna get into that just yet. So now we're gonna go ahead and make his barrier chip, so that way he doesn't like fall off, you know what I mean? And also so that he teleports back into the map if anything. So now this is where we're gonna grab this, and whenever he's inside or whatever, he's gonna be chilling. But if this happens to turn off, it's going to activate a counter. which is going to activate one of these croc blades. And we're going to go ahead and increase the priority to about 12. I'm going to do 14 just to give myself a little wiggle room. Like, just in case I want to make something less priority or whatever. So we're going to make this one about 14. And this is simply going to mean if he goes out of the barrier, like, no matter if he's walking or in the middle of a transition or in the middle of a animation, everything's got to turn off because he's got to go back. So he doesn't have a run animation, which is a little surprising. So I think we're just going to make one for him. Okay, so now he's able to run. So now we can add a running animation. Alright. We can close that up. And now say this activates, it's going to make it so that he has to run to the center. And then we're going to go ahead and put a trigger zone. This trigger zone is going to be placed like this. We're going to make it go up pretty high, even pretty low. And then we're going to make it bigger in the center. And then we're going to use this tag right here, main area. And we're going to make it so that it detects that. Main area. So now whenever he detects that tag, it's going to reset this. So what we're going to do is simply make it so that this character looks at that tag, main area. We're going to make it so that he only looks at it on the y-axis, I believe it is. Actually, not on the y-axis. I think it's on the x-axis. I'm not sure. I'm going to do the y-axis. If I feel like, if it messes up on me, I'm going to just fix it. I'm pretty sure it's the y-axis though. So just turn up the strength all the way. And then once again, we just have to search for the main area. Main area, just like that. And then we got to make it so that he runs straight ahead. Like that. And we'll probably set it to like 6. We'll go ahead and lower the y-axis because we don't want him flying about. And we'll simply have those turned on, so like, we're just gonna go ahead and turn those on whenever that's on. Like, he's not gonna activate it till he leaves, which he's about to. Alright, so he's not following the right thing. So, local, please, sir. Thank you. I might just place a follower on him, to be honest. Yeah, let's just do a follower. Let's do a follower. I think a follower is a lot better. It's gonna give us more better results. I mean, what I wanted with that was I felt like it was gonna give a more turning effect, where it was gonna be like he's actually turning in order to like run to it instead of just like immediately just following it. But to be honest, I think I'm just gonna go with a follow. It's a little bit more brutal whenever actually making him follow the thing, but it's gonna get the job done either way, so I'm just gonna do it. It's gonna get it done a lot better though, that's the thing. It's gonna cause less errors, just put it like that. So I feel like I'd rather do it like this. Oh, yeah, I'm doing the wrong thing. I meant to do the y-axis, turn that off. And now see, he'll like go to it. And then all we gotta do is simply add an animation. Make it so that, yeah, I think the y-axis might have been wrong. I think we want this axis. Yep, there you go. And then we're simply just gonna turn on our run chip right here, so that way he like runs to it. And then we'll call this run. There you go. It's pretty nice. So as you can see now, he's just running to it, doing what he's got to do, standing still. So I kind of want to see him do it again. There you go. So we're chilling there, that's cool. Alright, so now we know that this barrier thing is working. So I want to make it so that whenever he leaves all the zones, he teleports back. So whenever he's not within the zone and he's not within this zone, or actually we could just do the second zone, right? So yeah, we got this enemy in area. So we could just do this one. We don't even have to do the other one. So if he's not within this enemy in area, we're gonna make it so that he teleports. We're gonna make it so that he teleports to the stage, and he's just simply gonna teleport to a spawn, which of course will be activated by this. Not gate. So it will activate that, and then we'll simply add a teleporter. And this teleporter is simply just gonna teleport him to spawn area. We could have went up instead, which would have been a lot easier. Spawn area, there it is. So now he's gonna get teleported to the spawn area if he's not chasing Donkey Kong, and if he's not chasing Donkey Kong, he's gonna teleport to the spawn area if he's not in the zone. So this chip right here is gonna detect whether he's in the zone or not. So this one I could put near his chest like that. Okay, so now we're gonna go within our character here, and we're simply gonna grab a zone like this, and it's gonna be called DK and play zone. So right here, DK and play zone. DK and play zone. Just make sure that's the same label. No, it is not. So there we go, now it's detecting it. We're gonna make this so that it's infinite like that. And then we're gonna make it so that it has a not gate. We're gonna put a timer down here as well, so that it only works for a quick second. I mean, so that it doesn't work for a quick second, because what ends up happening is that he constantly keeps despawning, because there's like a little issue where like this whole entire menu just activates. So this activates, I believe. Actually, I don't know what the heck it is that happens, but I know that there's an issue where this thing just keeps turning on everything, like, and it's super annoying, and he just dies immediately. We don't want that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, put the timer there. And now this is simply just gonna take care of, like, if I'm not in the play zone, so if I'm not within the zone right here, which I can set to anywhere, he's gonna immediately despawn. So the only way an enemy spawns, like I said earlier, is if I'm within that zone. So that's gonna take care of that. So now that right there is his barrier chip. We can make this red. Like, red's a nicer color for a barrier. Alright guys, so this whole little section right here is going to be part 1. We're going to go ahead and make a part 2 after this. Maybe a part 3 if we don't get it all done in part 2. But this is a little bit of a longer project, so I don't want to like cut too much out of it, because I want you guys to really see most of the steps. So we're going to go ahead and end it here, and then we're going to make a part 2 for you guys.